Hey everybody, it's Erin Reed and welcome to my channel, Erin Reed Makes. Today we're going to learn how to make these really cute little felt baskets using the Crafter's Edge die right here. It's called a posy basket. We're not using all the elements, we're using bits and pieces, and we're going to learn how to make a card and also a cute little tote bag with the same concept. It's just a matter of putting on either one. Links for all the supplies are down below, and let's go ahead and get started. Now I've got two different colors of Kuhn felt. I have a lighter color, which is called Copper Canyon, and a darker color, which is called Walnut. This one actually has some ridging on it. It's so pretty. It's a corduroy felt. It's so gorgeous. And again, links for everything are down below where you can find it. So I'm gonna go ahead and die cut this out and speed this up and put it together for you, and we'll jump back and we'll arrange the flowers. Basket, and you just saw how we made that. So what we're going to do is we're going to place this down on here and go ahead and use, I'm just going to use fabri-tac glue. It's a beacon glue. I did make a second basket compared to the one that you guys just saw me make, and I reversed the colors. So I made the main part of the basket the darker color and the lighter color the weaving parts. I also, if you notice, the darker color's got a little bit of some corduroy, some lines. It's a corduroy felt. It's so pretty. Because I used the other basket that I made with the reverse of the lighter color as the main part of the basket for the cute little baggie that we saw earlier. How are you gonna start putting all your flowers in? Now, all these beautiful flowers come from a company called I Am Roses. They are so super gorgeous. Again, links are always down below if you wanna look for any of these products. So I picked out, and they already had these as a set. They had light pink, dark pink, and then light yellow and dark yellow. I just thought this was a really pretty bundle. It's perfect for like spring, but truly you can kind of go any direction you want with it. So I am leaving the stems on. So basically, I am leaving how to do, like how the main stems are on here. I'm just putting them in normally. And then I'm gonna kind of play with it. Now, the best way to do this is I'm gonna put a bead of glue right here. I'm gonna put a bead of glue right here, and I'm gonna come back and do a little bit more glue. It just gives a place for it to groove. So with the stems, if you notice, I'm keeping the wire on because it gives me an ability to tuck everything in. So I'm going to just kind of basically take this and I'm going to lift up and just kind of tuck the wire into and then place it down. And if it starts to kind of poke out, there it is. I'm just gonna kind of leave it right there. So it gives it a place for it to sit. This is going to be a bulky card. There's no way around it. This is something that's definitely gonna have some bulk to it, but you know what? I love that. I love how it's got bulk. I also definitely picked flowers that were different shapes. They weren't all this shape, whatever kind of flower that is, and they weren't all this shape, and they weren't all like this shape. So there's lots of varieties of colors and shapes in here. So, but they kind of fit in a color scheme. So I'm gonna do some high, some low. I'm gonna come in with this one. Let's put this one and tuck it in. Sometimes I will turn the wires a couple of different ways and tuck them in like this. And I'm gonna have this one kind of come down so it's like hanging out of the basket, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and keep folding and tucking in my flowers and kind of poking them in and getting them in there, but I'm gonna speed this part up for you guys. Now I did go in and count, and I made sure I had 11 flowers. Something about the 11 number just looks good. And if you notice here, I also have 11 flowers. I think that odd number just looks good. Now for the little tote bag, I put on the bloom, and you're gonna see a quickie video about how I made this little tote bag. Same thing, just kind of sped up, and about how I did some of this other stuff at the very end of this video. But we're doing our card. So we need to have some sort of sentiment on here, but this is a little heavy card, so just be careful. So we're gonna add a little sentiment to this. Originally this card was a 5x7, so I cut off the bottom and I kept some of the same paper. So it's kind of that ivory color. I'm gonna stamp really quickly, and it says, what does it say? I bloom for you. Just thought it was so pretty because it went along with that. So I'm gonna do this in black, and in the die set that you get, it does come with a little tag right there. So we're gonna utilize that. We didn't do the handles, we didn't do the top strap, and we're not using the heart, but we're using all the rest of the other pieces to it. So we're gonna use that tag that's in there as well. Plus it has a little hole, it's perfect to make our bow. So now is where you have to decide. Do you want your tag to sit over here so it's hanging like this? Or do you want your tag to sit so it's hanging? And I think I like it hanging right here, which means I need to have my tag rest on my stamp this direction. Now I just need to die cut it out. All right, so now I have my die, and I also have my twine. So I'm gonna add this in, and I'm gonna give it a nice pretty bow because I really want this to look like it's kind of hanging in there. So give it a knot. Look like it's actually tied on there, and just tie it nice and tight. It's gonna be kind of loose. There we go. And I'm gonna play with it. I gave myself a whole lot more twine than I really need, but that's okay. So there's that. I definitely don't need my tails to be anywhere near that long, but about that length. Maybe make my ears a little smaller here. So it's about nestling this in here. Now, since we have fabric and paper and all kinds of stuff, we're just gonna use the same glue. If you notice, I'm kind of placing this in here, and yes, the ears kind of get lost, but that's okay. It's supposed to be kind of nestled into the flowers. So just place where you want to have your tag, lift it up, put your glue down, kind of place it, and then just come in here and place a little dab of glue kind of in where the knot is, underneath the flowers, and then kind of push it all together. I want to have the tails come down, and if you've got a special way you want your tails to rest, then you could possibly glue them in place, but I want mine to definitely have some movement to them. So there it is. So I Bloom For You, super cute little card. It is a 5-inch square card, and so this die fits perfectly on there. It's so super cute. So forget, you can take the same concept and you can turn it into a little tote. So this is a little fun tote. You could also put it on a banner. You can put it on a lot of different fun things. This is just 2 variations of the same project on a card and on a little tote bag. So please enjoy some close-up pictures of both of these projects, and also the sped-up version about how I made this coming up next. Don't forget that thumbs up button and also that notification button for further notifications of my videos, and I'd love for you to subscribe. Again, thanks everybody. See you again soon.